Hello everyone, this is Will Dempster again, and this is the second video I'm making on how to set up a online store. And in the first video we set up a Zencart. We also searched for and found a dropshipper to use and downloaded their information. But the Zencart, we also learned how to set up a domain and a hosting account. Now I was playing around with this. I noticed that there were some problems with logging in, getting this error, and a lot of times with one-click installs you're going to get that problem. So I might as well go ahead and show you how to do it by hand because it's really easy. You really should do it this way every time. I just showed you that one way because a lot of times the one-click installs work, but if they don't, you can just do it by hand. So what I'm going to do for now is uninstall this. Uninstall it, and it's going to delete the database. So we'll go from there. What we want to do is download Zencart. So we're going to search for Zencart, download Zencart, and make sure it's the right domain, zencart.com. You can know a lot about a website just by looking at its domain name. I mean, Zencart is very popular, it's very supported. Don't go to something other than zencart.com to download Zencart, okay? So go to download Zencart. This is the Zencart website. This is where you download it. Click download. And we want to do the most current one, 1.5. And it's not working. Let's see. Oh, because all right. Let's do the 2012 one. Full file set. Let's just click this and see what happens. And it starts to download. So save it. It's going to download up here. Doesn't take that long to download it. It's just a bunch of web files, a bunch of PHP files, CSS files, and HTML. And so then we go to our downloads folder. And here's the Zencart. What we're going to do is extract it. And this is it right here. And all it is just these are the files. They're just files and folders. That's all it is. We're going to close this out. Now, one piece of software you really got to have when you have a website that you're managing yourself, you need to have an FTP software. So we're going to use FileZilla. You can use others. Others are popular, but FileZilla is what I use. FileZilla, I'm just going to type that in. And free FTP solution, make sure it's filezillaproject.org. Don't go to something else because you could get a virus, you could get somebody hacking into your computer, and just make sure the sites you're going to are credible and they're the right domain names. We're going to download the client version for Linux. If you're using Windows, it will automatically say Windows. If you're using Macintosh, it will say Macintosh. And we're going to save it. In fact, since I'm using Ubuntu, and if you're using Windows 8, you can do the same sort of thing. I'm going to go to the Software Center. And I'm going to type in FileZilla. There it is. She's actually already installed. I didn't know that. So, go to this terminal here and type in FileZilla. There she is. I'm going to open her up. Options, okay. So this is it. I'm going to lock to launcher. Now you want to know the domain name of your hosting account, which most likely is going to be the same domain as your website, but in my case it's not. The files for my website are the main part of it is stored in holisticinfinity.com. So I want to go to Gospel, the folder in which my site is on, which is Gospel. And these are all the files that were left over from the install. And they're still there, but what I want to do is get rid of everything. Except for let's see, what is this? Not necessarily want to get rid of everything, but let's get rid of all the folders. Will Gospel, what's in here? Oh, that was alright. When you did the one-click install, you want to get rid of it, make sure it's all gone. So I'm going to highlight them all by holding down Shift and clicking the bottom one and the top one, or the top one and the bottom one. Right-click in that field and delete. And that will delete all the files. It's actually going to take a while, so I'm just going to sit here and let this delete, and I'll come back when they're all done. Okay, so it's deleted, and so what I'm going to do is navigate to my downloads folder from here. Where would it be? Home, and this is my username. Downloads. And here's my Zencart folder. And these are all the files, neat files. Neat file. I don't know, but it's going to go on there. Everything's going to go on there. So, highlight them all, holding down Shift and clicking the top one and the bottom one. Right click, and we're going to upload them. So there are 1,600 files initiated to upload, and I'm just going to wait for this to upload. It should take a few minutes. I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so a few hundred files have uploaded, and in the meantime, while it's doing that, what I want to do is I want to go back to Hosting Dude and log into my account. Look at my databases. So the database got deleted, which is good. And so we need to install a database for the store. We need to do that. Don't forget to do that, because your store won't function without a database. And the way to do that is just to go up here and click this Add button, And the beauty of this is you can name the database yourself. It won't automatically name it for you. So friendly name would be, I'm just going to call it gospel. Database name and username. The name of the database and the username of the database are the same. 4 to 16 characters long, and it must start with the letters. So I'm going to call it gospel vitamins and the password. And click OK. Database Gospel Vitamins is being set up. So we'll just give that time to set up. Where would it be? Is it in here yet? No. It takes time to set up. So once that sets up on your web server, and once your files are uploaded, here we got about 700 left, then we'll be able to basically link them together so that they'll function together as a store. So I'll come back once all of that is done. And I know I said it was really easy, and I mean, I think this looks really easy. It's not really difficult. It just takes a little bit more time. So it's really a better way of doing it because you have more control over how things are named and where things go. So try the one-click install if you want when you have your web hosting, but if that doesn't work out, or if you can't figure out how to make that work, these are the instructions on how to set it up by hand. So I'll be back once this is done. Okay, so Zencart is almost done being installed. Just have a couple hundred files left to do, and our database is installed. So while Zencart is finishing up, let's go to my PHP admin on our database, and we want to log. Username is what we named it, Gospel Vitamins. The password, what we named it. Log in. See, that was a lot easier too. I just set that up by hand, and I didn't have any problems with the password or anything like that. So let's write down this IP address for the database. You'll see what I'm going to do with it at the point of finishing up the installation. 68.178.143.146. Okay. Zencart is just about done right here, about 30 files left. And once that installs, we log on to the store via our domain. We're not gonna go back to Hosting Dude because Hosting Dude's website does not see Gospel Vitamins on there because we didn't do the one-click install. So since we installed it by hand, we're going to have to go directly through the domain. So by default, the name of the folder that has the files in it to finish the installation is admin. So you type in gospelvitamins.com/admin, and here we have to begin the installation. Now click here. This is the welcome. You can read it, and you want to agree to the terms. It's open source. It's just talking about your licensing. Continue. Make sure all these are green. Make sure there's no reds. Install. Now the database host is that IP address, not localhost. So 68.178.143.146, and that's the IP address it's going to use to locate your database out there on the internet to store and retrieve information for your store. The username is Gospel Vitamins, and you know, for regular security purposes you should name it something that nobody can just guess. The password, the database name, which is the same as the username. It might be different on different web hosts, but for my web host the database name is the same as the username. And these things you just leave blank. Save database settings. It's going to test it to see if it can actually get to it. And of course, since you're getting to this page, it did. Physical path to the Zencart. Home content. Leave all this the same. http gospelvitamins.com. That's the URL. We're not SSL enabled or SSL even in the admin area because I just don't have that kind of web hosting. But if you're savvy or you become savvy, you can get those things if you want. So we're going to save system settings. Store name is called Gospel Vitamins. The store owner, that's me. Store's email. In the United States, the zone is Arizona. That's where I live. I'm going to leave this blank because I don't want you knowing where my real address is. I don't think it will require me to say store demo. No, I don't want it to be in demo. Demo, when it's in demo, it adds products to your store. You'll just have to delete them later. We're going to add products in a later video. Administrator username. I can change this. Temporary password. Email. Check for Zencart updates when logging into admin. Yes, I want that. And save admin settings. Next step. Okay. You really want to follow these steps. So, you want to rename the admin folder. Let's do that right now. Let's follow them step by step. The admin folder we're going to rename. And I'll rename it again so that you don't know what it is. But I'm going to just name it admin underscore rename. And once that happens, make sure you stay on this page. Configure PHP and admin includes. So admin includes configure.php. Let's go there, and we want to make it not writable. It's really admin rename. That's the admin folder. Is that what I wanted to do? Yeah, it is. The admin folder contains the information for the part of your website where you administer your store. So renaming it just basically means that you have to type in that name to get to that folder. So you want it to be kind of secret because you don't want people, even though you have to type in a password, you don't want people even being able to get to it. So we wanted configure.php, not configuration. Admin, we want to go to includes, and we want to go to configure.php, right click, and properties, file permissions, that's what we want. And uncheck the write, so it's read only. And includes folder, make it read only. So go back here, want to go back up and back out of the admin folder and go to this includes folder, file permissions, read only. Okay. So now we want to change the name of this. I want to leave it in there. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's cancel it. I want to rename this. I'm going to call it install underscore old, but I'll change. I'll actually remove it from. I'll actually remove it here. Okay, so this was that part of the website that installed everything. So once this is finished being removed, well, it is, it just finished it. So now we go to our website, gospelvitamins.com, and let's see what it looks like. Now this is the Zencart. It's nothing in it. This is the default, what it looks like, but we got it on there. That's our Zencart. It's got stuff in the database. Now I want to show you what the admin section looks like. Now remember, I named it admin rename. I'm going to rename that off camera. Well, I'll rename it once I'm done with all the videos. And it's good to rename it often, so if you ever catch a glimpse of it, then know that it will never be that one again if you're trying to hack into it. But admin rename is the name of the admin folder, so we want to go to, this is how you log into your site to administer it. gospelvitamins.com/admin rename. Now it's asking for a username and password. Will admin, I think that's what I put. Oh, and it was a temporary password. It's going to ask you to enter that in again, and then enter in a new password. So the first password you put in can be a simple dimple password because you're going to change it once the site is installed. Submit, and this is what admin looks like. This is all of the things your store has. I'm going to show you various things throughout this video series, but this is what it looks like. It will always look like this even if you put in a new theme, which is what we're going to do in the next video. I don't know if there's any themes for the admin or any extra things, but one of the things about these web apps is you can add things to them. So you can have plugins and add-ons and things like that. So we got our Zencart set up. Whoops. This is it. And that was pretty easy. So I'll see you in the next video.